Have you ever been someone who has struggled to get ideas for your logo designs, whether it's for a client or for a personal brand? Well, if that's the case, my friend, you are not alone. We all face that. I myself struggle so many times to get logo design ideas. A part of this happens because there are so many designs already existing on the internet, or maybe you have reached a certain saturation point of your process and you can't move forward. For that exact reason, I'm making this video and I'll be showing you guys 4 ways on how to get better logo design ideas. Let's follow along. Okay, the first one is mind mapping. Whenever a client gives you a brief or a questionnaire, you read it out, you do your research. Don't just jump right into the sketching or creating the logo part of it. Okay, don't reach to the final product. Enjoy the process, and one of the process you have to do is mind mapping. Mind mapping will help you think out of the box. It will make you explore new things, and it will help you go beyond as much as possible. I'm using this app called MindNote, but you can use any other app which is existing online, or you can literally use pen and paper for mind mapping as well. And I'll quickly show you how I mind map. So we have to make a logo design for this brand called Headlight. It is basically a brand of Neon Attack. So we're gonna write Neon Attack. Then what all leads to Neon Attack? So we'll write neon signs. The next one is neon signs. Let's run LED lights. Basically, if you all don't know what Neon Attack is, it's a brand which makes custom neon signs. One of them is right here. Won't be able to show you. I think you'll have seen that before. And they recently also came on Shark Tank and they asked me to create a logo for their brand, logo and packaging for their brand called Headlight. Headlight is basically a short neon LED light which you'll be putting on your head and going to parties, events for pictures and stuff like that. So when doing mind mapping, don't restrict yourselves. Put as many words as you can, whatever is coming in your mind, and whatever leads one word to the other, put that. This is your space where you put everything without thinking it through. Okay, so I would say head, neon, party, disco, so, and lightning. And here I'll write neon. With neon, what all comes in my mind, I'll say party, bolt, that bolt symbol. They also use that bolt symbol in their branding itself, and later you'll realize why I'm focusing on that. And what else? So okay, so just like this, you have to create a mind map for yourself wherein you get a particular direction or to go into. And here I've created a very small mind map, but you can go as big as possible. And this will help you to move on to your next process. So let's say I have written these words like party, bolt, RGB, power. So what I'm going to do is essentially I'm going to combine these elements and I'm going to go on the internet or even think it through and find out what icons, what symbols or what design elements denote these words. So when you think about party, you obviously think about cake, you think about disco, you think about lights. When you think about bold, you think about that bold sign and furthermore. And now once your mind mapping is done, you can take out those words which are catching your attention and which you think can play a very crucial part in the logo design, or maybe add an extra element in your logo design. Take out those words and work specifically on it. So for this one, I'm going to take out party, I'm going to take out bolt, I'm going to take out LED lights and disco, and I'm going to work around and see what elements, what icons, what symbols define those, and I'm going to see whether those things fit into the typography of Headlight or whether I can have that as an extra symbol besides the Headlight logo. And that's how I'm going to get more and more ideas for my logo design. The next one is mood boarding. Mood boarding is very crucial, and I specifically create 2 sets of mood boards. One mood board is before even starting with the logo design process, and one mood board is after the logo is finalized. So the mood board which I create before is actually sent to the client. So what we do at Designer is we create 3 mood board options to send it to the client. After doing our extensive research, we create these 3 mood boards and show it to the client and ask them whether this style or this mood board fits your vision for the brand? If it does, we work on the similar lines. And while creating mood boards, I focus on three aspects. One is the font, the colors, the images used, and the overall visual aesthetics. Mood board really helps you get into that creative direction you want for that brand, and it really helps you generate more ideas and think more interactively. So I'm going to be showing you an example on how I exactly create mood boards, and you can do the same as well. So as you can see here, we have two pictures right here. These are the pictures of how that headlight exactly looks. These are the product images which the client has shared, and here is the palette which the client has given us to work towards. So half of our problems has solved. We just need to focus on the typography or the overall visual aesthetic now. So I use a lot of different websites to generate images, to generate visual elements, but for now I'm going to be using Pinterest mainly. Let's go on Pinterest. Yeah, here I'm going to be typing neon signs. Since we are creating a logo for a brand called Neon Attack, we have to look at what visual direction neon signs gives us. So what you need to do is basically, just go through Pinterest. You'll find a lot of inspiration. Save, create a board and save all the images which you see. Don't think this through again. So this is a very exploration stage here. You don't have to overthink. So please just go crazy with it. So I've already created the board of headlight, and here I have put all the elements, all the typography which I really liked and can work for this brand, all the visual direction which I think will look nice. I mean, just look at this. It's very nice. I really like this typography. This one, I love rounded corners, and especially the product we see right here, it's in a curve, it's round. So I really like having the rounded corner as a typography in the brand. And instead of explaining that to the client, just show that how rounded corners looks and how different colors look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here, pick out, let's say I'll just copy this image, paste it right here. Essentially I'll create 6. This is what I'll do. I'll create these 9 boxes and I'll fill in each of them. Just make sure your middle box includes only the color palette, because that's what I like to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these colors right here. Get it up, reduce the height of it, and just put the color palette right here, and then remove the background. Yeah, so I put the color palette in one of them. I'm gonna have the picture. In one of them I'm gonna have the picture right here, and the other picture maybe I'll put it right here. You press Ctrl or Command 7 to quickly clip mask it. Always make sure to clip mask so all your boxes stay in place, they don't move. Those are your sort of guidelines you need to follow. I'm gonna use this image because I really like the typography of it and the visual style. So I'm gonna add this right here. So let's look at some more. So I also liked some of them which we saved here. It's okay sometimes if it doesn't exactly match to what you're looking at. This is just an experiment which you're doing for your mood board. Just make sure overall visually it looks very, very similar and a particular style. And it's not always compulsory to use the whole image as in your mood board. Like for example, this image is like this, but let's say if I just want to use these elements, I'm going to zoom it in and just keep it there. So what we are following is a very dark theme with the vibrant colors, which really stands out very well. So we're going to be focusing on that. And if in the mood board I would have had any image with a white background, I think it would have disrupted the entire image and sort of break the flow which you're having. Something like here. Then what else can we have? Oh, I love this, but it's a video. Okay. Yeah, these rounded corners, really like it. It's also very close to our color palette as well. again, don't be very restrictive to what you sort of do in your mood boards, mind maps. These are some things you really need to explore and go all out. I really like this as well. It's giving a break from all the colors which you are using. So we'll put this right here. So yeah, just like that, our mood board is completed. What we have done is we have included pictures, we have included typography, we have included the brand products as well. And if you remember, I had taken out the word party, and that is the style which I have used right here, because a lot of times their product will also be used in parties as well. And a bunch of different typographies, some curved, some rounded, some funky typography. So this is the vibe and this is the mood board I have created. You can create 3 different mood boards just like this to show it to the client and for yourself to also get better design ideas. Now at third, obviously we have sketching, and by sketching I don't mean by creating 1 or 2 or even 5 ideas. By sketching I mean going crazy with sketching. I want you to literally finish the entire page, complete the entire artboard, or if you're creating on an iPad, or see, this process is something where you sort of need to understand the more you do, the less it is, because you cannot get an idea or you cannot sort of stop exploring once you have gotten like 1 or 2 ideas in mind, because what you might like as an idea, it's not always sure that the client will also like it, because at the end of the day you're designing for the client, you're designing for someone else and not for yourself, unless you're doing it for yourself. And I've always focused on this one rule of sketching at least 20 different ideas, be it a logo type, be it an icon, be it a symbol, be it anything which you're doing. Explore, sketch out and draw 20 different ideas before taking that ideas and digitizing it on Illustrator. That is the rule which I follow. That is the rule which I tell everyone in my company to follow. And that is the rule which I am teaching you right now. So I'm going to quickly show you my sketching process for headlight. As you can see, for this one, I did sketch on my iPad, but I always recommend doing it on a pen and paper. And the reason why I say pen, because when you do some sketch with a pen, you can't really erase it unless you cancel it out. I don't want you guys to sort of erase your sketches or your drawings, because you never know what idea, what concept might click and you might end up with the final process. So just to show you, this was the sketching process for headlight. Here I had tried a bunch of different variations. I was taking, if you remember, I had shown you some custom typography. So here I was thinking of how I can have H and then combine the H with the letter E and then A, and then have the D, and then have the light right in the middle. So this was the idea of making it sort of very, very customizable, very funky, something which has a lot of curves here and there. But the problem of this was that it was not very legible, not very readable. So then I tried a bunch of different variations. I in fact tried to include the product itself on the letter H. So I tried to sort of create the product, like this will the product be, and the letter H will have the product in itself. But again, it wasn't really making sense. Then again, explored more and more options. This is just one page, there are 2 more pages like this. After doing a lot of these sketches multiple times, I think even more than 20 times, one idea clicked to me was that the Neon Attacks logo, the sub mark which they have a bolt with the letter N. And what I realized is that if we are creating a brand as a sub brand of Neon Attack, I think there should be some element which we have to take out of it. When I sketched this out, I realized this bolt literally looks like the letter G, which is there in the word of light, which is our second word of headlight. And then I realized that how we can introduce a bolt in the letter light, and the beauty of this is the G is right in the center of the word light. So L-I, then G, and then H and T. So it really becomes a center of attention as well, and we can add an interesting concept behind it. So obviously this was not the final one. I'll show you which one sort of got finalized. So this is how the final logo looks like. And if you see, there's a bold sign in the letter G, which I got the idea literally after 20-25 sketches on my iPad. And if you also notice, all the corners of the letters are rounded because I wanted to have that soft feeling which is there in the bands of their product itself. And one more hidden element which you notice, that when I was putting the bolt letter, there was not enough space above, like the head was touching the bolt space. So that forced me to make the head curved so that I have enough space for the bolt. Plus that curvature really helps us because we are wearing it over our head, and our head is also curved like this. So it all tied in together, it all made perfect sense, and this is the final logo which is out there. When you order this headlight, you will find this logo on the packaging, which we have done as well. Yeah, that was the entire process. Really liked it and really enjoyed it. Okay, and we come to our last one, how to get better logo design ideas. For the last one, it's nothing but consume better content. If you consume better content, you will output that kind of content. You see how Instagram is targeting us to see and look at ads, what we talk about our entire day, how YouTube is targeting us ads or of our age group. So you need to understand that these people are doing this because the kind of content you consume over the internet is the output you're gonna have in your entire life. So Niranjan is one of our graphic designers in Designer, and what he does is, if you watch his Instagram stories, every single day you will at least see 50 stories he puts on his Instagram, all about design inspiration. Like, he binge watches and literally consumes so much of design content. It is literally crazy. And I tell my team members, ki guys, if you all want inspiration, just watch Niranjan's story. What I'm trying to say is that follow good designers, follow a lot of graphic designers on the internet, on YouTube. And when you start following these people, you'll automatically start seeing good content. You'll automatically start seeing designs which is trending, designs which everyone is producing, and that will affect your output in a good way. So I guess that's about it. These were the 4 ways where you can get better logo design ideas, and how you can restrict your creative block and start working towards getting better ideas. That's it from me, folks. Please try one of these ideas and let me know in the comments if it worked for you. As always, see you in the next one.